Well, hi everybody. I figured I'd hop onto Minecraft. I've got a brand new mic that I'm testing out in this video. I figured I'd play with the super secret settings while I'm at it, just have a little bit of fun. In this video, it's going to be a little bit. It's going to be a little bit of a mix-up. You know, it's going to be a little bit of a remix. I'm picking up the Upside Down Mountain project, pretty much where I have recently left off. You guys have missed a little bit, so I can't wait to show you that in a minute. But before I do, I want to just cut in a couple special things that I've put in. The first one will be, of course, the removal of the borrowed design for the watchtower on my floating island, so you guys can see the before and sort of after of that. And I'll be going back and forth because I've used some older videos in this to cut in with the old mic, so it'll be fun to sort of tell the difference between that and my upgrade. And to sort of hear the quality change. And also, I'm going to cut in some of the Christmas present stuff I was surprised by. It was kind of fun to have a surprise pop up and have all my treasure chests turn into Christmas presents. So I can't wait to share that with you. I haven't had an experience like that and of just unexpected surprise in a while in a video game. So we'll check that out together too. And we'll be right back so I can show you how far we've come on the Upside Down Mountain project, and maybe even have time to put on some finishing touches. So thanks for tuning in. It's time for some adventures in Bryland.
All right, here we are. The Upside Down Mountain project is continuing, and I've realized that this tower is in my way. It was one of my borrowed designs, and it has got to go sooner rather than what I thought was going to be later. So here's the before shot before I destroy it. Here we are. The borrowed design tower is gone. I'm going to continue the Upside Down Mountain project, finishing up this island so we can finally get to the fun stuff. So one step at a time. I'm glad it's out of the way. It was definitely a little bit of an eyesore for what we were trying to accomplish.
A falling transition, because falling into Christmas is the only way to go. Here I come, Christmas. Right at you.
Well, here we are working on the Upside Down Mountain project, and it's Christmas afternoon, and all of my treasure chests have turned to Christmas gifts. And lo and behold, they're full of the same exact stuff. It's an exciting little prize. Merry Christmas to Bry.
Awesome little Christmas break. We're going to fall right back into modern times and continue on the Upside Down Mountain project and put some of them finishing touches on that we talked about earlier. Hello, Tree of Life. I missed you. Well, I hope that you guys enjoyed that little mashup. I know it's a little bit random, but just some things I wanted to show you that we've crossed along the way. And I wanted to invite all you Brylanders to check out where we are on the mountain project. We have made a significant amount of progress, and I want to take a few minutes just to kind of show you how that's turned out here in the rain. So let me take a look. You can see that I've added on a lot of upside down mountains. So I'm very close to being happy with how it looks. So today we might add a couple touches here, maybe extend that out. I want to put some stone around the cave too and give that a nice fresh look so it doesn't just look like a dirt hole. But let's go around so I can kind of show you a little bit closer. And maybe even from different angles of how much we've added. If you remember in the video a few seconds ago now, I only had two spires. I had the one main and then this one over here. So I've added on quite a bit. And I'm sorry about the wait on the videos, but this has taken such a significant amount of time that to do all this, and I didn't want to just keep posting videos of me building the same exact mountain type projects, and it's not that I can't create entertaining commentary, because what could be more fun than listening to me, but it was just more of I wanted to give a little bit more variety than a mountain project, and building houses and maybe some of the other things that we'll be adding to Bryland would be a little bit more exciting than just these upside down mountains. And terraforming can be a very fun thing to watch when there's a little bit more variety to it, and there was a lot of scaffolding involved, as you guys will see in just a minute. But yeah, this is the view from the front. We've added a lot on. It's a lot of fun to be up there and build these giant caverns when you're doing it, and to look down into a huge cone. Let me kind of step in so you can see some of the more variety, and I'll give you guys a view from the other side by the house too. Here we go. Pretty soon on another video, we're going to actually add in another floating island. I'm thinking that'll be our next project. The house still looks like it's going to tip over the island, even though we've added on so much mass. I want to put a floating island here with a pillar that leads up to the house to give it the illusion of more balance. And I know everything in Minecraft is an illusion anyways. Blocks, can be placed anywhere, pretty much in any way. But I want it to look right. It's all about aesthetics here in Bryland. I'm stuck in a hole. Let's go up this way. It is January here in Michigan, and for me at work, January is an extremely busy month, more so than any other time of the year. So I'm going to do what I can in my spare time at night after I finally get home from work to keep up with the projects and slowly post and put things on. I had spoke a month ago about how I really want my projects to be posted 2 or 3 times a week. 2 was really the goal, and I have utterly failed at that, but hopefully we can pick that back up. Part of the reasoning is I wanted to get this brand new mic that you guys are hearing now. I wasn't happy with the sound quality. Combine that with the fact that the project I was working on was a little bit redundant, and the fact that I've just been really busy at work and haven't had a ton of time to invest into editing, even though that is fun. That's what's really put me off for now. But I'll do my best to keep you Brylanders sort of up to date and just a little bit more involved. Whoa. Sometimes I don't know where I'm falling, so that's scary with the giant hole of death over there. so that's what it's looking like right now. I've added some small upside down spires here to fill in places. If I felt like it was really high in too many points, like it was just gonna break off, then I would maybe add a small amount of rocks or fill in another upside down mountain in between the others. So I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. It's actually starting to look like a traditional like a fantasy type upside down mountain. Or not upside down mountain, but floating island with the upside down mountains on it. It doesn't just look like a floating dirt pile anymore. So let me get back to the original view before we start adding things on. I think the first thing that I really want to start working on is right up here in this area. So let me make sure I've got my stock that I need and the dirt that I need for scaffolding, and we'll get up there and make that look a little bit less man-made. You'll see some of these edges look really nice, or right over here is kind of neat, but right over here is just sort of straight up. It doesn't really match with the theme of the rest of the island. So let's get up there and fix this thing together. All right, here we are. We've got our stash. We've got enough dirt for scaffolding. Let's go up and try to fix that thing and make it look a little bit prettier. We're gonna get up high. You guys might see me die a few times. I am notorious at dying, especially when we venture to go so high. I have a tendency to do such things as fall. So a lot of times I like to keep a little bit of a ladder stash. So I have usable scaffolding at this height, maybe back up the scaffolding a little bit, and make it so if I do fall, I don't have to rebuild everything, go grab even more piles of dirt, and everything like that. So let's see how much. I think I do have enough to get up to the height of construction here. There we go. All right. I'm thinking maybe down just a little bit. I guess I could use my shovel. That's why I put it here. And I keep the actual base of my scaffolding out this far. That way I can... It's easier for me to build up and not have my scaffolding in the way. It gives me a little bit more variety. I've learned this working on the Upside Down Mountain project, that if I put the scaffolding right underneath what I'm doing, I may want to build where some of my scaffolding is, and it just helps me to avoid some conflict within my own building. It saved me time. I've built and rebuilt scaffolding so many times in this project that I'm just trying to reduce that a little bit. So I think this would be a pretty good start. I did intend this to be a long, skinny one, but it's a little bit too long and a little bit too vertical. So we're going to horizontal this out a little bit. And I don't know if you know what I mean by that, but I think it'll make sense here as we go. Let's go ahead and just start filling it in a little bit closer. There we go. There we go. So like I mentioned earlier, it has been just completely wild at work. It's been an exciting month. December can be a nerve-wracking month for us. Because I do work a performance-based job, and there's no telling what's really going to happen during the holidays. We do our best. We work hard. We try to, of course, get as much in our results as we can. I have an amazing team that works with me, but it's still, nonetheless, I've seen losses in December's before, and they can make me nervous. I don't ever want to lose. I don't like to lose. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. I don't want to overdo this because I still want this to kind of be the corner of the island, but I do want it to definitely horizontal out a little bit and look different than what it did. So I want to add enough to give it something, but I don't want to add so much that I'm reshaping everything. And I've been trying to sort of keep the dirt going down, so it's just not a flat surface rock to the dirt. Just to make it look natural, like what we've talked about before, so it don't look like I've got a big stone pizza or plate with with dirt on it. There we go. Yeah, so my there we go. I was super excited because my wife and I went to the movies again the other day. I know we talked about Frozen in the previous episodes and a few other movies that we'd recently seen, but we've really been waiting. We're huge Disney fans. I've mentioned that before. Just huge. And we've been waiting for the Saving Mr. Banks movie to come out. And it finally did. And my favorite actor, Tom Hanks, portrayed the one and only Walt Disney. And I've been waiting and watching for that thing to come out for quite a while. And he did just awesome. And my wife is the type of person who really has troubles deciding her favorites. Let's get some dirt in here. Yeah, let's bring that dirt down just a little bit. This stone's going a little bit high. In some places I want it to go high, but not all the way. But my wife, she just can't decide favorites. She either kind of likes it all or doesn't. And she left and said, you know what? That might be my favorite movie right now. When we walked out of Saving Mr. Banks, it was just a good story. I don't want to spoil anything for any of you Disney fans out there, but you got to see it. It's a must-see. It is absolutely a must-see. For Disney fans. Hitting the rock with the torch, that didn't work out so well. But this may have actually created the effect I'm looking for. I don't want to overjet it out like I did in some other areas to make it just look like one big, almost like a Cubert type mountain. I want it to, how am I going to get down? Let's drop into the pond. I want it to just sort of come out and add some vertical style to it. So here we go. Let's take a look at it from afar and see how it turned out. Let's go on out. I want to make sure we get a far enough view so we can really see if we need some improvements. You can always come back, touch things up, and make it look a little bit sharper if you're not happy with it. Got some of my scaffolding in the way. Let's hit it from a different view. Ooh, jumpy jumps, jumpy jumps. Hello, Mr. Sheep. Hello. Move it now. You're in the way of the video. Poor guy. There we go. So just imagine if I cut out this scaffolding. We've got the rock behind there. I think we ought to bring the front of this out a little bit, and maybe even more over there. Make it even more horizontal, and just make it look a little bit nicer. But I am liking the way the whole island is looking. In the next episode, we'll probably fill in maybe a little bit of this, make it look less horizontal here, and then I would love to take you into our waterfall cave, and we're gonna stone it up a little bit. We're gonna get rid of some of that dirt look and make it look like a rock cave, like it should. I decided that while I was building the mountain project here that we need something more than just a dirt hole behind the water. I want it to look awesome. I want it to look like a real cave in there, as real as you can with 1 meter blocks forming the entrance. But I want to give it a little bit more style. As we move on to other projects, it's important to me that the floating island looks great. We'll be putting in the extra island I mentioned earlier under the house, and maybe even some lighting so we can see some of the shapes and textures inside of all of this work that we did. So thanks for coming. I appreciate all you Brian Landers tuning in again. Hit like, subscribe me, and keep up with the projects. I will do my best to post more often. See you guys soon.